on live. You ready?
Yes, I guess I am.
Alright, you're live.
Hey, how y'all doing? Baby, it's my first time live on YouTube. We went over 8,800 subscribers today. I'm tickled to death. We hit a bump, and man, I'm just so tickled to death everybody's here. And we're live. So, and it's still a weekend, so if you still have a little beer left, you got a little bud left, pop the top on that beer, spark that butt up, blow it this way. We're raining down there. I'm hoping that we don't have problems with our internet. It is very sketchy, especially when the weather is on. And, man, I'm not planning a rant here. I wanted to basically come in and welcome everybody that's been up on our YouTube channel. I thank y'all so much for subscribing, baby. We're getting bigger all the time. Our numbers keep going up, and it's because of y'all. It's because of everybody that, I like to think it's everybody that's got a heart for this nation. Everybody that's seeing what's going on every day in the news. It gets to be a shitstorm every day. You got to use a colander to get the turds out and try to find out what's down in the soup. But, yeah. Let's give old Trump a knockout punch. I got the comments here. I saw California in the house, Wisconsin. I've seen Florida in there. We got blue dots all around the country, and I'm just tickled to death about that. We have them all around the world. We have international blue dots that support this movement, and baby, I'm just so proud to be in it, and I want you all to be proud to be in it. You know, I get a lot of comments about, you know, the way I look. Well, that goes to the old thing of not judging a book before you read, you know, a book by its cover. Don't judge people by what you see. That you don't know what's in their heart. You don't know what's going on. New Mexico, baby. That's right. I like to think that that's what ties us in. You know, I didn't plan this. You know, after the election, I was just like everybody else out there. I was pissed off. I knew we were going to have the first female president, and I was tickled to death. I was all pumped to rub it in a lot of people's face. And, boy, howdy, did I have to eat crow. And I don't eat crow very well. I got pissed off and said a few things on Facebook. I said what I meant. I made statements to people that you can't take that shit back, and I don't plan on it. It's who I am. This is my country, baby. This is your country, and I don't know what happened. Well, I do know what happened. I comment on it all the time. I like to think I know what happened, but baby, it's time that this whole nation wakes up, and I think we got a lot of people woke up. Hi, Johnny. Hey, how y'all doing? New Hampshire's in the house, baby. Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Man, I love to see that stuff. You know, we get letters from messages. I know a few people. I know Madeline Bell over in Spain. If she's still up, bless her heart, she might still be watching. Madeline Bell was a big singer back in the 60s, early 70s over in England. Top 10. She retired in Spain. She saw me, and she liked me, and she wrote to me. And we've got people from all around the world. A lot in England, a lot up in Canada, baby. Bless our Canadian friends up there, baby. Georgia's in the house. And, woo! It just, I don't know, people, it warms my heart that my voice that started, that so many people are hearing nowadays. It almost scares me, except I don't scare easily. When I first turned on my camera, I'm going to tell you the truth, I really didn't give a shit if anybody listened. I was really more saying it for myself than anything else. I saw people protesting in the street. I saw people getting pissed off, baby. And I was. I didn't shave, and for those of you who don't know, that's how this beard got so long. It's getting too damn long. I won't shave until that man is out of our house. I'm in a catch-22 now. I'm kind of getting to like them. It gives me something to ponder with when I'm thinking and pull on when I'm mad and everything else. But For those of you who don't know, that's how the beard got started. And I have had some questions about, hey, how come all these flags that you see, they've been in my shop ever since I bought this place years and years ago. Right here in front of this old stump with my anvil, where I beat on iron when I get pissed off. Try to make things and stuff. And outside of turning the flag the right way, instead of hanging it down, I had both of them hanging over there. But it's not a set. This is my shop. This is where I work. And I tried to move over there on the other corner, and I liked that over there. I had a lot of stuff behind me and everything else, but I kind of missed my shop, my spot. This is my thinking spot. That spot over there is where I sent my kids to help me, or anybody else that came in to help me, so they'd stay out of my way. But I turned on my camera, and I kept turning it on. And I kept turning it on because every day I woke up, there was bullshit you had to deal with in the news. Crap that he was saying. Oh, look at my crowd. First thing right out of the box. Look at the biggest in history. Are you shitting us? We got eyes. Man, ain't got the biggest nothing in history. You ain't got the biggest nothing, I guess. Little tiny hands. I love your shirt. This is my favorite shirt. I have, oh Lord, probably about over 140, 150 T-shirts that our Blue Dot family members have sent me over the almost 2 years now of doing this rant. This is one of my favorites. I like to wear it into town, because when I wear it into town with my look, and from a distance, they just see my hat, my beard, and the word Trump. Oh, baby, they think they're safe. Oh, no, that's how I trap them. That's how I wouldn't vote for that snivelly lying piece of crap for anything in the world. What was you saying about it, buddy? You know, so yes, it's one of my favorite shirts. They have to finish reading it, which I know is hard for Trumpers sometimes. But that's how you get them. They can read a bumper sticker, baby. And most of them are persuaded by that crap. A bumper sticker. And we have to do better than that. And it's happening, baby. It's happening all over this country. This blue wave that we keep talking about, this blue tsunami, I seen somebody's put a blue earthquake. I love it. Shake this country up. And that's what we're doing. The progressives that have already won in certain areas, that are overtaking even Democrats that are solid, that have been in there. People are speaking up, getting involved, and we have more people, more citizens getting involved in politics, more women, more minorities, more everything. And that's good for America. How could it not be good for America? That's what our whole system is based on, is equal opportunity for all of us. I hope some of y'all saw my last video. I got a letter from Jimmy up in Brooklyn, New York. And it warmed my heart to get the letter, and at the same time breaks my heart, because he's a black gentleman up in Brooklyn, New York, and he was amazed that there was a white boy down in Texas that would stand next to him. And that doesn't need to be a shock to anybody. That shouldn't be a shock to anybody. That's how our nation was formed. You know, it was those ideals. We went through a long history where we did not live up to those ideals. But people continued to fight. They continued to push their message. And it pushed it all the way up into a civil war, baby. And guess what? We won. Not to know, some of them people down the street from me don't know it. They still wave that rebel flag. It pains me when I drive up down to get my mail. That flag's sitting right down there, and he knows there's not a damn thing I can do about it. It's his right for freedom of speech. It's his right to tell the world, whoever comes down my street, hey, look, I'm an asshole. Because that's all that flag means. That's all that bullshit means. It means an asshole lives there. Because there's no other reason for flying that out in public. You want to just scream to the world who you are. So I don't mind pointing you out. You're already pointing yourself out. And I don't know. I look at all the people that have joined this. By the way, y'all think it's easy to talk. No, baby, you got to keep your mouth moving. I told that to a friend of mine that wants to do this, and I told him that's the hardest part of doing this, is having something in your heart that flows out of your mouth. You don't have to think about it. It's already in your soul. It burns down deep. But to those that want to turn that camera on, baby, I'm encouraging everybody I know. Leo Sahaki, he's under Biker Wisdom. I hope he's looking in. I don't know. I told him, just like the Elizabeth Warren, or I believe it was, on the Senate, she persisted. Persistence. I believe that's what won every battle that was ever fought. It wasn't like all of a sudden everybody went up to the line, took their shot, and said, oh, well, it's over with, I'm going home. Hell no, they had to reload to win the battle. And that's what we're having to do, baby. We got to reload. And we're popping up all over the country. And we don't have much time left. That's the big push now. Yeah, I come on my show every day and I can tear that asshole a new... I try to watch my language a bit. I can rip him a new one every day. Because every day I get up in the morning and he's still in my house. That lying piece of crap who gets up and dishonors our nation every day is still up in my house, your house. I don't like that. I don't like my house to be stewed up with crap. Now we have books and op-eds coming out with people raising the alarms, putting the flag out there, the red flags. Hey, people! There's a problem in your house. And a big discussion now going on about whether the guy that wrote that op-ed should come out. Push comes to shove, tax up, baby. Yeah, I do. Because the country's, if he writes that he's worried about our republic, then yeah, that's dire, baby. That's serious shit. And ain't nobody can stop it but us. You don't see any movement over there on the Republican Party. I don't know what the deal is. Are they all getting a briefcase full of money every day from Pooty? I don't know. But they sure acting like it. There's very few. There was one, I didn't write down his name, I saw that came on the news shows this morning. A Republican from somewhere that said he was about to leave the Republican Party. Good for him. Because I try to Beto! That's right, baby! We'll get to that in a minute. I tried to well, damn, Beto done lost my thoughts there.
For the record, you have almost 200 people watching right now.
Hey! 200 people! Holy shit, I'm stage frightened, I believe.
Actually, hey, you should ask them if they're subscribed.
Are you subscribed? If you're not subscribed, go by my YouTube channel. Blue Dot in Texas on YouTube. You can check me out on Facebook under my name, John Britivo, or under our page, Blue Dot in Texas.
Hang on 1 second. I got something to show them if they subscribe. For those who haven't subscribed already, give me 1 second.
I'm going to show you something. That's my son, Travis. He is my tech guy. I don't know how to do all this stuff that he does, but he does a good job of it. He worked all day on this channel. And
we still got a lot to do. We're just experimenting here, all right? We're not perfect yet.
Yeah, this is the first time we've ever messed around with YouTube. And I started a Discord channel that I'm still having trouble. I want to get on Discord when I go live. I mean, when I go to record my rants all the time. I turn on my Discord app, and I turn the volume down. Well, first I talk to whoever's there. And then right when I get ready to record my rant, I turn the volume down, and those people on my Discord channel can sit there and listen to me live while I record my rant that will be uploaded on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter and anywhere else I can get it shoved up at, baby. Because it's about the message. I'm tickled to death that I've got a following, but it's the message. I'm nobody, baby. I say that all the time. I live at the end of a road. My neighbors are far away from me. I own a donkey, a goat, and a bunch of dogs and cats, a parrot, and we try to enjoy life out here as best we can. And but there's no doubt I'm the only blue dot down this road.
Let's thank I hope I'm pronouncing your name right.
Kobe?
Kobe Mob just subscribed 2 minutes ago, so we already got another subscriber.
All right, appreciate that. Did the little thing pop up?
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So, for those who haven't subscribed, if you're watching the stream and you haven't subscribed yet, if you hit the subscribe button during the stream, this will happen.
Tokyo, Japan. Hey, baby, we're glad you showed up. We're getting international now. I love that shit. I was in Japan a long, long time ago. I didn't have a beard then. I was only in my early 20s when I visited Japan. And it was, I was stationed at Misawa. Misawa, Japan is where I was, and I loved it. It was a quaint little town. And so we're tickled to death to have somebody here from Japan. There goes talk about Beto. Y'all gonna get me distracted from oh, Lordy. That's my phone. I shouldn't even have that thing in here. What was I saying before? I
don't know.
Did the little thing pop up?
Yep, the little thing popped up.
All right, I don't see it. I can't see it because I don't have that view.
Yeah, Jenny pops up when you subscribe.
When you subscribe.
Oh, we got another one.
All right, Jenny's going to pop up every time we get a subscriber.
We got Jackson2244 just subscribed.
I appreciate it very much.
Now, for those who are really generous...
if you're really... Can they hear you?
Yeah, well, I don't know. Can they hear me?
I hope y'all can hear him.
What would be better is if you would say these things. But I know if I tell you to say these things, you're just going to forget.
Well, then step over here and say them so they can hear you from the microphone.
Well, you can see the chat.
Yes, I can see the chat.
Yeah. Ask them if they can hear me.
Can y'all hear Travis? Is anybody out there? Can y'all hear Travis? Yes, they can hear you.
All right, sweet.
All right. I'll shut up.
For those who are feeling a little generous today, we are taking in tips just to keep the stream going and help pay the internet bill and all that other shit. Don't have to be a whole lot, but let me see if I can make this happen. If I test a donation here. Oh, we got another subscriber.
All right.
Jeannie Ling.
Jeannie Ling. Thank you very much, darling. We appreciate that.
If you so happen to donate.
If you donate, there's going to be a little something happening.
Animation of John and... Or John. I just called you John. Jesus Christ.
I'm going to slap you.
Beto.
Give your son a mic. We will. That's as soon as we can afford another mic. We are small potatoes. The internet, I want to get better internet. I have, through my service way out here in the country, it's the only internet service I can have. And if a butterfly flies by, I lose it sometimes. But they keep telling me I need to go to a commercial program, package and all that stuff. Anyway, I'm sure a lot of y'all know what that stuff means. I don't. Anyway, it just means to me they want more money from me.
And don't forget, if you haven't noticed already, down in the bottom right-hand corner, we have a brand new T-shirt available for sale. And if you buy it, you'll actually get us on-screen shout-out as well. Again, we're playing around with all this new shit.
We're playing around. Somebody asked me about merchandising because I don't bring up merchandising in my show. It's not the reason I'm in this. It's whether I sell a dime or make a dime, it doesn't matter. It would make life easier. It'd make things better around here, for sure. Just like it would in anybody's life. But it has always been and will always be. It's the message that we have to keep getting out. But we did a T-shirt. There's a T-shirt out there that's it's at the Zazzle store, I guess, isn't it?
No, we got the new one down below.
Oh, we got the new one. I don't know. We switched them all up.
Have I not filled you in on anything?
No, he doesn't tell me anything. He's over there doing stuff.
Live, but it's not ready yet. Well, no. What is it?
I do the content, you know. I tell him, baby, it's all I could do. We did a T-shirt a long time ago. It's a picture of me, a little shorter beard, and it says, "Are you shitting me?" Because just about every day I wake up and see something in the news that he has done or he has said. And for me, ever since I was old enough to spit, I guess, that's what I've always said. Are you shitting me? Is that what he did? Because it can be used in a lot of different ways. It can be used as a question or as a statement. It, can be used as an active verb, or it could be used any damn well you please. Anyway, I don't know. I try to get... my message out. There have been people along the way that have helped. And the first one to do that was Tim Cormall. He has a show, the Tim Cormall Show, on you can find it on Stitcher and iTunes. I know that. And every weekend, I think he did a show today. It'll be up. It should be up right now. So after you listen to me, because I'm prettier, look up the Tim Cormall Show. He was the first one to ever ask me to be a guest on his show. That furthered my voice a little bit, and I appreciated that. Bob Kincaid on Head On Radio Network, Friday on the Front Porch with Bob Kincaid. I enjoy that show tremendously. A lot of good discussion going on up there. There's people, Kenny Pick, Turn Up the Night with Kenny Pick. It's group people. Leo Shahaki, the Biker Wisdom guy. There's a new guy out. I don't know if he's watching, Richard Anderson. He's only done a few videos. Buddy, I see your count the last time. Don't be scourged. If there's only a couple people watching, you're not doing it for them. Always remember that. If you choose to raise your voice, you're doing it because you want to. And I saw Leo, Biker Wisdom fella. I saw Leo post a letter on his Facebook page the other day, and it kind of bothered me a little bit, but because he was talking about how his friends list had changed since he started opening his mouth. And a little shot of Mama's tea. He opened his mouth and his Facebook page changed. There were some people that used to be there that weren't there. Buddy, I'm telling you, it's that's going to happen. You open yourself up to trolls, baby. They don't like what you're saying, and they're going to tell you, or they're going to defriend you, or whatever it is. And basically, you're going to have to either make that choice, suck that up, and shut your mouth, and or just keep on what you're doing. And I choose to keep doing what I'm doing. Have I lost friends? Oh, baby, I've lost friends and family. Not a one of them yet that has treated me badly. So they don't like my message, but I'm not, you know, I'm not in their choir, baby. I'm over here singing by myself, and I don't mind that. And
you're not by yourself, and especially like right this moment, you have 228 people singing with you.
I got 228 people singing. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. That's all I do, baby. I just turn my light on. I want them to let them know it's a blue light, baby, and I'm letting it shine anywhere I can get it to shine. And that's the whole key to this rant. Every rant I do is to try to motivate people to get out and vote. Stand up and say something. Use your voice and your vote. Those are the two things that we have, the only weapons we as citizens have. The most powerful weapons we have is our voice and our vote. When we thank you very much, whoever liked me on Twitter. It's the most powerful tool we have. It's the only weapon we have, and we see the power of that. You want to change the Republican Party, baby? Threaten their position. You think a Republican's going to stay in that spot forever? Hell no, I don't think so. This whole country is going to end up turning blue because of the disgusting crap the Republican Party has allowed in their party. And that's what Obama spoke to the other day. What the Republican Party has become, who they have allowed in their house. And when you're talking about Nazis, white supremacist assholes, cockroaches like that, it permeates their party. It crawls up into every little corner. And then it eats away at our democracy. And we're the pest control, baby. That's what we are. We got to go spray the pest out of our house. Not only the White House, in the Senate, in the House. I can't believe there are more people not standing on the floor of the Senate and in the House speaking up. Must be that briefcase full of money or some shit. I don't know. Rand Paul went over to Russia with a note from Donnie to hand deliver to Putin. And the next thing you know, Rand Paul's coming back, a libertarian, talking about, well, we need to give everybody a lie detector test. We need to find, are you shitting me? What the hell changed? Did you pick up a briefcase full of money? Because all of a sudden you come back and all of a sudden Russia's your best buddy. And that's a common thread that's running through every bit of this stuff over there on the right. Russia's our buddy. Hey, Russia's your pal. Hey, comrade, how y'all doing? You know, we're all the same. We need to get along. That would be fine if Russia didn't invade Crimea and invade the Ukraine and take something just because they wanted it. And who's going to stop them if they want to do that up there with the other states up there? Nobody. Because we're going to be in the back pocket of Putin. You know? These are dangerous times we're living in. Russia's economy is the size of Florida. That's what they don't, not even their military, Papa. No, their military is squat next to ours. Nothing. 10 times, maybe 50 times bigger, more powerful. And even if they do have that imaginary little weapon that's going to fly through everything, bump it up and down, and then bind you on a tomato sandwich. And I just don't believe that. I don't think they progress that far. They're into a lot of bullshit, I think. But they're puffing up for a reason, baby. And so Donnie can have a good look. We have to save the world by making friends with Russia. If you have not seen Active Measures, if you have not watched that movie, I've already watched it twice. If you haven't seen that, I highly recommend it. It validates, and I don't claim to be some big forecaster or anything. When I look back at my first videos, it was the Russian money, baby. He was bought and paid for by the Russians, and it's been all through his history. And I don't understand how the man got elected anyway. If they looked at his history, he's nothing but a con man. A whole series of shams, universities, or some other fake bullshit. Until he hit on selling condos to Russians, baby. And he's got those bribe collection centers all over the place, all over the world. And guess who's not renting them? We're not. No, baby. What, that little hour down there in Florida, they call that little Moscow down there.
We sold a shirt. Sorry to cut
you
off, but we sold a shirt.
We sold a shirt.
To,
are you shitting me? We haven't sold a shirt probably in a while now.
He says, your friend from New Jersey, and he says, keep up the good work, sir. Keep up the good work. I appreciate it. It's really not work. Well, it's turned into work, but I guarantee you it's a labor of love. I so appreciate. Australia. Hey, mate. Actually, really quick in the comments, everybody just tell us where you're from. We want to soak it in a little bit. We want to see
Australia. We know we got Japan. The shirts are too much. I know. If anybody's on my budget, that's how come I so appreciate anybody who buys some of our merchandise. Like I said, we put a shirt out a long time ago and it did good, but I don't push it because it's not. You know, we have our donations to Patreon. We're blessed to have some California. Whoa! That's New York, Massachusetts, Tennessee. Juice, New York City, Michigan. Idaho, baby, Minnesota, Hawaii, Wisconsin. Oh, I could go on and on. Y'all are Orlando. Hey, I've been to Orlando. Yes, ma'am. Marion, I've been to Orlando. It was 1971. As a matter of fact, if I look on my watch right over here, it was March 11th, 1971. That's the day I entered Orlando boot camp. And, Lord, had my world changed, and it changed as a lot of vets will tell you, it changes your life for the rest of your life. And I've always said I'm not a big war hero. I was in there in Vietnam, but I fixed airplanes, baby. That's what I did. And I was damn good at my job, and I kept them flying. And the problem with that is not every airplane that goes out comes back. And so when you're talking to veterans and always I tell people, remember when you're talking to a veteran, there's people standing around him that you won't see, and he'll have names in his head that you'll never hear. So y'all remember that, no matter who they are. And Donald Trump from prison, and hello, Brooklyn, baby. Yeah, I'm all for that Donald Trump from prison stuff. With Bob Woodward's book and that op-ed. And if just a smidgen of what you go see active measures, if a smidgen of that is true, he's a convict. It should be an orange jumpsuit, and that's it. Perth, West Australia, all power to the dots everywhere. That's what I mean. That's what swells my heart up more than anything else is the fact that we're not only have support here in this country, we have support from the world, baby. The world is watching us. That's how come we have friends from Japan or Australia and Germany. Hi, Eva. Ava, I'm sorry. A little nervous, I guess. But
got 280.
Huh?
280 are watching now.
280 people.
I think that's more than
Woo!
we get on Facebook.
That is more than I get on Facebook. I've gone live on Facebook once, so we tried to go live. We went live on Facebook a couple times, but every time we did, we had problems with our internet connection, and then we tried to figure out, part of it was that because it's 100 and something degrees in this shop sometimes, we finally figured out to put a bunch of an ice pack under the computer, and so the Mac doesn't overheat and mess with the video. Anyway, we've gone through a learning curve. And hello, a blue dot from Tennessee. I got family in Tennessee, baby. I do have family up around the Knoxville area. I'm proud of them very much, and I have a lot of blue dot family in Tennessee. That's where Leo is from. I think Leo is up in Nashville. Leo is in the Biker Wisdom guy is up in Nashville, Tennessee. Oh, that's right. I don't think Leo's watching tonight. He's got problems with his dog. Had to take him to the vet, and we're hoping the best for his dog. He's got a beautiful dog. Anyway.
290, about to approach that 300.
Oh, man. Obama's on the trail. I had that written down over here. I only wrote down a few things because I wanted to call out the people that are really trying. Our fan page over there, what I call our family page, John Britavo Speaks, Blue Dot Family. If you're on Facebook, go over there and like them. They went over 5,000 likes today. And I saw the messages going back between our admin, Candy Guidry, Joe Riddle, Monica Orr, and Cat Bell, and Carrie, and Jimmy. Jimmy's back over there. I can't tell you who Jimmy is. Jimmy's a good guy. I owe a lot to Jimmy. But that Blue Dot family, it grows all the time. It's a place where we can all get together and share news. They do the Joe Riddle started doing the Saturday Night Massacre. So every Saturday night, Joe Riddle comes on. His site is the New News. You can find that on Facebook. And Joe goes live every Saturday. And he does a lot of work trying to motivate people to stay informed and get to the polls, get others to the polls. And that's what all of us are doing. All these people I've talked about tonight, they only have one thing, and that's to motivate people to stay in this fight, baby. Ain't no one of us can stand to stay in the bunker. Every one of us have to be out on the line. It takes everybody in this fight. And we not only have to win, we have to send a message with our vote. I want a damn landslide, baby. I want a tsunami, earthquake, whatever you want to call it. I want this nation to stand up and say we will not have this in our house. And the biggest argument that all the Trumpers I know, well, look at the economy. We're doing great down here. I'm making money left and right. Look at me. I got a wheelbarrow full. I'm going to the bank. I don't give a shit how much money you're making in this economy. And if you ask me, the only reason we have this good economy is because President Obama left him one. This guy has done nothing but come in. Now, he's helped business, baby, by knocking down every regulation this country has ever fought for and the reasons we fought for. I was on the Bob Kincaid show, Head On Radio Network, the other night, and talking about the issues. And whatever issue it is at that particular time on the show, somebody was very passionate about the environment, openly concerned about the tipping point. This man's a scientist. I mean, this is what he does for a living. And he was very excited. And that's his reason. If it's immigration, if it's a woman's rights, if it's LGBTQ, if whatever that is, for you to be motivated to get into this fight, then use that. Use that anger that pisses you off that somebody's trying to take your rights away from you. And find your voice and find your vote and make sure you do it. The biggest problem we have in this country is like Obama said the other night, the non-voters, the people that don't vote. Those people that just sit back and figure it out, well, you know, what's going to happen is, you know, they rule the world. Whatever's going to happen, they'll let me know. We can't do that anymore. That's how we got Donnie. That's how we got Donnie. There was a lot of people in the last election that didn't want to vote or went third-party vote for a protest vote, and that's fine. I've never said you can't have a protest vote because it's your vote. And anybody that tells you that you voted... Well, I tell you all the time you voted wrong. You can vote wrong, baby, but nobody has the right to change your vote. And that's how our democracy runs. That's how our whole system runs, is that. And but there's been a lot of hacking. I'm not, you know, I'd be just as happy as to go back to paper ballots. I'd like to see something with my name on it that I voted. And, you know, I'm going to... Waxahachie, Texas, two amigos. Hey, hola, amigos. Mucho trabajo, buddies. We got work to do. I get distracted sometimes. My mind goes places. Anyway, that's me, baby. I do this 3 times a week. I used to do this every day for over a year. I came on every day. Then I said I'd be here every day until he's out. And I won't. That got to be. There is a learning curve to the amount of knowledge that you try to shove in your head every day, the opinion you try to reach. Because, as you notice, every time I look at my notes, I get distracted. If I look at the TV over here, I get distracted from what's in my head. If I have a thought coming, I don't want to mess it. If I look at something else, it throws me off. Because I know what I want to say, and I know what I want to plead and wave the pom-poms about, or I know what I want to, are you shitting me moment, which I like to find those. I have a very, very good political advisor in my wife. We've been together 41 years. There's nobody I discuss politics more than with her. And she stays over there on her iPad checking out stories, and she'll find me that story about some guy, and usually it's a Republican, but I have called out Democrats, and see, I got distracted.
Well, I got something for you.
What?
Judy just bought a shirt.
Judy just bought a shirt.
And she writes, I missed Friday beer and bud, making up for it today. Puff, puff, pass. Keep it up, John.
Hey.
Appreciate the hell out of you.
Blow that down here towards Texas. I know the winds are high, and I know it's raining and all, but enough of y'all just blow that stuff. It's not legal here. Beer and bud, if it's legal in your state and you're so inclined, baby, I always recommend Spark It Up. It's good for your health. And enjoy that beer. Just be responsible with everything you do. It's just like anything else, you know. My thought is on the marijuana issue is it's ignorant that it's still outlawed. Are you shitting me? You ain't gonna get rid of something that Bubba can grow in his backyard, or you can't keep it out of a place. They build this place, they put a house there, and then they build a wall around it and put barbed wire up on it and little lookout towers and all sorts of guards, and you can get that shit in prison. So don't tell me that the war on drugs, which I watched Nixon stand up at that podium and initiate the war on drugs. Yep, how's that going? If there's a war on drugs going on, how come they're all around? Because we're surrounded, baby. And we need to do away with that law. Marijuana is still on the Schedule 1 list and all that shit. It's bullshit. Crap that the government has shoved up your butt for years and years and years and years. And so I believe it should be legalized. But it ain't here. And somebody says, well, hey, John, you know, Willie smokes and he's in Texas. Willie has lawyers. I don't have lawyers. Anyway, that's my take on that subject.
Let's really quick. I want to take a moment here
Uh-huh.
because we're gonna have to do this anyway.
Gonna have to do something.
We don't have moderators yet, except for me, and I'm juggling 50 million things. And someone in the chat by the name of
Jen Morgan
has come up and said, Travis, make me moderator so I could kick out the trolls. And so far, she's kicked out 2. So thank you for the help, Jen, because I'm juggling a lot of shit right now. So I appreciate your help.
My son not only is helping me with my endeavor here, he has his own business, Willow Wisp Media, that he. I should have said that.
No, it's not that you shouldn't have said that. It's just it's been out of commission for many
Yeah,
years.
that side has been out, but he works behind the scenes in videography, special effects. He goes to a lot of these cons, Realms Con, whatever, Con, and does some filming for them, and they give him a motel room and all that stuff. They pay him a little bit, and that's how he makes his money. So
I'm trying to make this my full-time job, though.
yeah, we're really we've started to pick up a lot of followers on Facebook. We have over 14,200 something on Facebook. Our Twitter has gone up to about 5,000 people because I post my videos on Twitter also. And as I've said, our YouTube channel here lately has just really went off the hook. And man, and because when I first started this, it was a long time before I even put my first video up on YouTube. I posted to Facebook. It was my Facebook page that I'd had for years. I was always involved with some, when Kim Davis did the thing up there in Kentucky, I was all over my typing there. I was mad at her. I've always had an affliction to lend my opinion to those who don't ask for it, because that's right, baby, and I exercise it. But and then, like I said, this election happened, and typing wasn't enough. I hope some of you will run over to my Facebook page, because I urge people to please take a look at the things I write, and because it's a different person than what I speak. I write with my heart and my brain. I speak with my emotions, baby. And when I get pissed off, I get a little tongue-tied somewhere and I get staggered and my facts aren't right, but I know where my direction is and it just pisses me off and I can get a snowball going. And then when I slow down to write what's in my heart and what's in my head and get it down on paper, it actually sounds coherent. So I urge you, please go by there and take a look at something I write, because I really try to stress that this is it, baby. This is our story. We've written every chapter in every history book. It was us, the citizens of this country, provided the ink and that pen that wrote that next chapter. So what happens here in this next election and what happens in the next few years while we try to deal with this disgusting maggot up in our house, then that's what we need to do. There's nothing more important than this. This is the most important election I can remember in my lifetime, and I was around to kick Nixon out. I try to stress to these young kids, you have an opportunity. I'm almost 66 years old, but I wasn't always 66, and I still don't feel it sometimes. I still feel like, damn, one of these days I'm going to grow up. And I'm glad I have that feeling. But I remember when I was in my 20s, and I remember Nixon vividly, and I remember the people that stood in the street and demanded that our politicians hold him accountable. And they finally did. It was the Republican Party, too. And, but the people spoke. And like I said, if you scare those politicians, I don't care if they're Republican, Democrat, Independent, I don't care what they are. You scare them with your vote, they have a tendency to listen. But it takes a lot of voices. It takes a lot of votes because they get a lot of money. A lot of money from lobbyists. And lobbyists and PACs and all this other bullshit ever since Citizens United was instituted. It's off the charts, baby. You need money? Boom. Here's a wheelbarrow full. You just vote the way I tell you to vote. And that's where we're at, people. Our laws are being written. Our laws are written by people who are given wagon loads of money to put a loophole in a law because their client is going to get a boatload of money. What does he give a shit about a wagon load? He's going to get a boatload because of a loophole. And our tax system, our laws, they're all full of loopholes, baby. Unless you're poor. If you're poor like me, baby, we go to jail. I think it was California, one of the states was talking about no bail anymore. You either release the guy or not on his own recognizance. And that's because so many times in our country, if you're poor, you're guilty because you don't have the money to defend yourself in a lot of cases and stuff like that. So, you know, we see it all the time now. What Papadopoulos has got 14 days. Baby, I could do 14 days standing on my head. Are you shitting me? I sure hope he gave Mueller a whole lot of information in exchange for 14 days. Because anybody, I guarantee you, if the FBI shows up here and they say, hey, John, did you do this over here? And I say, no, baby, I didn't do that. I mean, they send their little CSI off and they come back and say, look here, John, we proved you did it. Guess what? John's going to jail, baby. And I think it's going to be more 14 days. You know, it's who is getting in trouble and how that is all going to play out. And we're going to see a lot of that in this. We're going to see how our system works. I've been watching the Kavanaugh hearings. Are you shitting me? There's subjects we could talk here every day. And I do. And that's what I do with my channel. I try to raise awareness of what's going on in the news. Everybody gets a big chuckle, I guess. I always tell my wife, you know, I'm not trying to be funny. It's just the way I am. I don't know, I have to make light of some bullshit or it's just gonna, it'll break your heart. And if it's not breaking your heart, you're not paying attention. Because what's happening up in that house, that's our house, baby. I don't like what's up there. And it's the only ones that's gonna change it is us. And so I'm gonna keep doing this 3 times a week. And when I get a hair up my butt, I'm gonna come out here and go live on something. Or I'll write something and it'll usually show up on Facebook, and I'll try to get it up on Twitter and stuff like that. It's pom-poms, baby. It doesn't matter whether it's me, all these other people I just mentioned, if it's Stephen Colbert or Bill Maher. They're waving the pom-poms, baby. They're trying to give you information. They do a whole lot better job than I do. They give you the information. Everybody gets a good laugh, but you leave motivated. You leave remembering that there was a purpose for that. You know, it's information. And an informed voter is usually a blue voter, baby. But an informed voter is the most important thing you can be in this country. An informed citizen that when they go into the ballot booth, they have a vision in mind for what kind of country we want. And I want a great one, baby. One that includes everybody in this country, because that's what our founding document called for. It's not that ever since we were formed we've lived up to that, because we haven't. That's how come we're still fighting. That's how come every year there's a battle. Whether it be women's rights, whether it be the LGBT community, voting rights. It's a constant fight. And we can't slack off on it, because if we slack off, we get cockroaches that come out of the woodwork. White supremacists said, oh, Lord, we want to fly this stupid flag. And it's a flag of hatred. It pisses me off because I always try to stress that the flag, that's not the rebel flag, it's not the flag of the Confederacy. You want to fly the flag of the Confederacy, pick the right flag. That thing was a part of a Tennessee battle flag. And so they're not staying true to their history. You know, you want to be Southern, drink some iced tea. I prefer mine sweet, baby.
Really quick, before we go any further, and just in case if the weather gets really bad.
Which it's starting to get bad, people.
Let's thank Serena, a blue dot from Ohio.
Ohio.
Who donated $10 a few minutes ago.
Baby,
so
we appreciate
thank
it
you.
so much. Believe me, every dime that we get, we appreciate tremendously from everybody that donates. Our Patreon page helps out tremendously every month. We're not on a big budget here, baby. I told y'all before, I'm nobody, and I'm just like a lot of other citizens out here every month trying to make the bill, baby. I'm like a lot of people. I'm 1 month away from losing my house. Every month, you get that check, or baby, you're in trouble. If anything ever happens, shit, I'm up the creek, baby. Luckily for me, there's a river in my backyard, so that's where I get my my relaxing. I'll get my kayak out and go upriver as much as I can paddle till my arms get tired, and then I'll just kick back and let the current just kind of drift me back to my house. Occasionally it does flood here, and every few years we have to park the boat at the back of the stairs, and the only way in and out for months is boat. But I tell them all the rest of the time I can sit down there and fish if I want, which I haven't done in a long time, because I got some friends of mine that really want me to stop and take a few days off and go fishing, because I haven't done it in a couple of years now, because my passion has become this. The fish can wait. Anything I ever did can wait. It's this country of ours, and you know, it sounds corny. Well, what do you say to a group of people? Well, that sounds corny. You're patriotic. Yes, I am. I love this country. Has it been perfect? Hell no. Like I just explained, that's how come we have to keep fighting every year. Every year. And it's not going to stop for a long time. Half the regulations this guy's done thrown out the window. Everything I saw my generation fight for, the EPA and all of that stuff, it's out the window, baby. We got people in there don't give a shit. Money, baby. Lots of money. There's lots of money to be made in that crap. We don't need all these regulations until it all goes south again. And what are we going to do? Wait till our kids or our grandkids are saying, hey, Dad, hey, Grandpa, how come the river stinks and we can't go swimming? What happened to the forest that used to be there in all these pictures? What was that on the other side of the Grand Canyon? It doesn't look like that anymore. We can't afford to wait that long and let all of that happen and have them have to clean up the mess again. We cleaned it up, and we need to keep it clean. And not only the environment, but the moral compass of this nation. It's what we are, a melting pot, they call it, baby. I call it a gumbo. Man, you can't have gumbo without a lot of good spice in it, and every one of us lends that spice to that gumbo. And I like mine spicy. I like mine with a lot of flavor. And it takes a lot of people to make a gumbo like that, and we just need to keep doing it. Build this family up, build this wave up, build this earthquake up, build up everything in your purview of whatever circle that you have, and in whatever manner that you can. If it's a bumper sticker, put a bumper sticker on. If it's just talking to your neighbor, what's going to happen, Bob? Well, I'm not voting for that stinking liar we have up there. You don't have to use my words. You can find something a little more diplomatic. Diplomacy, doing and saying the nastiest shit in the nicest way. That's diplomacy. So I try to use that. Other times I'm just pretty direct and tell him you're an idiot. He's a stinking liar. He's a phony. He's a con man. What other words do you want to know? Look at his history. His con jobs, his universities, nobody should utter shit about their daughter that this guy has uttered. Are you shitting me? And yet the religious right holds him up, and don't get me started there, because that, baby, is a whole other rant, and I can hear the rain on top of this roof. And I'm afraid we're going to lose signal out here, and I'm going to look it up like a...
Well, luckily, it seems like we've been holding up pretty good.
Have we? We haven't lost the signal yet?
Ask the chat, have we been
I'm a
breaking up?
gun owner, and I lean left, baby. Granny Magpie, baby. I was on a show the other night. As a matter of fact, I talked to somebody about that today. I am on the left, baby. I'm a Democrat. I'm a progressive Democrat. I am a libtard, baby. This is what a libtard looks like. This is what a snowflake looks like. And I want real gun control in this country. Do I want to come and boogeyman take all your guns? No, but there's some I'd like to get off your shelf. But anybody that makes the mistake of thinking, oh, that libtard, you know, they need to check out the Texas Castle Law, baby. This is my property. And I'll defend this property. It's my house, baby. My castle. And anybody that thinks they'd walk up here would just be making a bad mistake. But being a gun owner does not make you a fanatic. I say all the time, it's not the gun, it's the lust for it. You don't want a gun, you want an AR-15, baby, and you want a big clip for it. And all that, well, I want to get the vest and the belt, and it's a bunch of bullshit. It's that mentality that spreads that shit. And the NRA, the National Russian Alliance, is a whole other rant. I try to stay on these all the time. Lisa, just let us know that she lost a co-worker in the Vegas shooting. We haven't done a whole lot since then. And look how many people he shot. We have a Congress that doesn't do anything. In the back pocket of the NRA, and now we find out the NRA was getting loads of money from Russia and shoving it into these guys' hands. Gun laws? I don't think so. I'm making lots of money from the gun lobby. And who does the NRA represent anymore? The gun owners? I don't think so. They represent the gun manufacturers. The one that, by God, every person in this country has a right to own a gun no matter how crazy you are. So that's our laws, baby. And if you're afraid of a background check, well, then maybe you shouldn't own a gun, baby, and I'm all for that. If you're a criminal, no, baby, you don't get a gun. If you're mentally challenged, maybe no. No. You know, it's not putting a restriction on your second right, your Second Amendment right. It's giving us all the first it's in the preamble, baby. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Isn't that why we declared our own Declaration of Independence? Because we believed that every individual has rights given to them by God or whoever you want to call, by their maker. And that's all of us, baby. But there's still people in this country don't believe that. That believe that they're pure or some shit. It always pisses me off when Donnie's talking that shit about, oh, he loves his genes, you know, he's got perfect genes, and if it's all in the genes, if you got good genes, you're a brilliant person. No, Donnie, you're pretty much a dumbass and paid for your way through college. I don't know how the hell you got through there, buddy. Wharton School of Finance, it might be a nice school, baby, but they got, when you were there, they had professors that, they passed your ass for a little money, buddy, and you can't convince me of anything different than that. But like Obama said the other day, people, he is the symptom. The cause was the 8 years of a fanatical right. They gave birth to things like Alex Jones, Rush Limp-Dick. They've been preaching this shit forever. Fox News, Fox Bullshit Mountain, that crap they spill out over there, that if you're listening to that station, you are one of the most ignorant people we all know. Because it shows they don't tell you the news over there, they blow smoke up your ass. And wave the flag and quote the Bible. All that bullshit that's just fake. They're not going to tell you the news. Look someplace else for it. I don't care where you get it. Just don't go there. President Spanky has orange orangutan jeans. I read it on the internet, baby. Somewhere out there was a story. I seen some actor or something had said that Donnie's mother had sex with an orangutan. I don't know if it's true or not. I just know it was reported on the internet. So, what else? Alex Jones, I'm telling you people, I live in Texas. Alex Jones is from Texas. I'm a firm believer that every Texan ought to have the right to wake up every morning if they wanted to and go to Alex Jones's house, ring the doorbell, and when he answers it, we all get to stand there in a nice line and slap the fire out of him. Because the man's a total embarrassment. He's been kicked off everything nowadays because he... I don't know. I always fall back on really gay frogs, water, there's chemicals, all that stuff, Mars base, and the Donnie the Dick listens to that man, and it's just disgusting. I always tell people. Some people say, "Hey, John, why don't you run for office?" The only reason I can't run for office is one thing. I've always said this. We need the he needed slapping law before I can run for office, because there's people out there that say things that there ought to be a law that I ought to be able to walk up there and slap the fire out of them, and when they say, "Well, hey, how come you slap him?" Because he needed slapping. When Donnie says there's good on both sides, somebody should have slapped the fire out of him. Just bringing to the attention that you just made an ignorant statement. And we see it all the time. I'm not, we all love to smack, I'm not recommending violence by any chance. Don't take me up on that. That's how come, if they pass the law where I can slap people, you bet I'd jump in there, because there's some people that just need slapping. Get out of the way. You're not leading. You're blocking the road. You're stalling on this or stalling on that. Gun legislation, sure, we're going to talk about it tomorrow. After the next shooting or something like that, it'll all come right up in there. I'm tired of that shit. I'm tired of being a reactive government. I want a proactive government. I want all those things that the left talks about. Universal health care? Yeah, I don't want your kid to have to put out a jar to go collect money for a kidney or something. Are you shitting me? We don't need to return to that kind of crap. There are people I know that are on the waiting list for a heart. We don't have health care in this country. We have profit care in this country. That's what we have. You pay your money into an insurance company. They make a lot of profit, and then they'll decide when you get sick whether or not they're going to let you, well, we don't know if we're going to cover that or cover this over here. And I don't know, you went to the wrong doctor. Oh, you went to that hospital? Oh, I'm sorry, but we can't. You were wearing green that day. It obviously says in the policy you can't wear green when you go to... There's some shit in there put in by some guy with a lobbyist, a loophole into some law that keeps us where we are. And I'm tired of being where we are. I want every one of us, every state, every country, every nation in this world to progress. I always tell people, I used to like to watch sci-fi movies, future, when, the obvious one is Star Trek or something like that, when there's different nationalities and different world of beings on the same ship working together. Yeah, we're not going to get there with these assholes that are racist and think they want their own nation because of their own color or some bullshit like that. We're never going to get up there. Where is my George Jetson car? We're never going to get to that utopia, that world where it's all about the survival of all of us. The guy that was so worried about the environment, the tipping point where our food chain gets interrupted, and we're all having to depend on ourselves or our neighbors. That could come. And there are those that have the thought that, well, hell, I'm going to get my guns and all the provisions I can, build a perimeter around my house, and I'm going to make it through the what? I don't know. Through the what? This is a society. I spoke on that the other day. They say, oh, it's a socialist. Hell, everything in this country is a socialist idea. Socialist. The roads you drive on were built for all of us. The hospitals that take care of us. The schools that take care of our kids. Those are all socialist ideas. And we get all paranoid when somebody says, well, you know, there's a socialist over there. Good! That means he's worried about you. You know, the Democrat socialist or Democratic socialist is a whole lot different than the communist socialist over there. And you need to learn the difference because Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, food stamps, everything. That's all society trying to take care of each other. And it's what we should do. We've always been a benevolent nation. And that's all I want. I want us to return to a benevolent nation, always marching further to give everybody the ideals that are laid forth in our founding documents, baby. They were put in there by the founding fathers and they were smart. But it's a living document, baby, and that's how come we have to fight all the time for it. And now when we find ourselves in positions like this, they have the possibility of stacking the Supreme Court, baby. That can affect us for years and years to come, the decisions they make. Well, I don't know how long I've been talking.
We've been on for an hour and 12 minutes.
Hour and 12 minutes?
And really quick.
Who the hell would listen to anybody for an hour and 12 minutes?
You would be surprised.
I'd be surprised. I do it
really
all the
quick,
time,
though,
baby.
Big thank you to Diane for donating $25. She
Oh,
writes,
darling.
Thank you, John. Hello, Blue Dots.
Hello, Blue Dots, baby. That's what I stress. This is a family we're growing here. And I like to call it a family of Blue Dots. Call it Blue Wave, Blue whatever. But whatever it is, it starts with just one snowflake, one blue drop, one anything. It starts with your voice and your vote. Get involved in your local politics. Find out who's running. Eric Olguin for Texas is the 27th district here in Texas. Our last congressman tried to have to use a bunch of money to pay off a sex scandal type thing, and he had to get out. But we want honesty and integrity up there. I think Eric Olguin here in the 27th district is going to do fine. Beto O'Rourke, oh Lord, don't get me started. We'll be here another hour. If you don't know who Beto O'Rourke is, shame on you. Go look him up. I wish every state in the union had a Beto O'Rourke.
That a spider?
Spider.
A spider?
Like we ain't got spiders in here, baby. I've already been bit by black widows and brown recluses in here. So yeah, we got that. I'm not in the buckle making business anywhere. Right over there, there's a sign over there that says Spider Bend Buckle Company. When I wasn't welding on airplanes, when I was working for the Army, I made belt buckles. There's one of my belt buckles, got my initials. That's 14 welding wires, heated up red hot, and braided. And then beat with a hammer until it shapes a horseshoe, get all the nice little ripples in there, and that's what I used to do. And that's the name of it, was Spider Bend Buckle Company, because...
you got another one you can show right there, right by the screwdriver underneath the monitor? That one was finished one, isn't it?
Yeah, that's one I'm making. I don't know how to do that. I can't see.
It's too dark.
It's too dark. Anyway,
lights over there.
This one is going to go to Leo Sahaki. It's a bunch of braided wire. It's got a skull and some fire in there. I make these things where this would come out. So if you're going to the biker rally, I used to tell them this. If you're going to the biker rally on Saturday, baby, put the skull in there. And then you could unscrew the thing on the back, take it out, and put another one in that had a cowboy kneeling at the cross. So you could walk into church on Sunday and everybody would go, hey, nice buckle, Bob. And stuff like that. Yeah, we have a few spiders in here. And they found a few snakes from time to time when it floods. There ain't no telling what you're going to find in here. This old building's been here forever. That's what I mean. This is not a set. The flags have been turned different. This thing has been put up. And but if you look behind everything, it's still all my tools and all my. This is my safe spot, baby. This is my thinking. This is my beat the hell out of something on the anvil or something. Whatever it is I'm with, this is where I do it. My man cave. That's what they call them nowadays. Man cave. Huh?
All right. What?
What?
Okay. 1950 writes, "Go John, you have blue dots in Indian country, $100.
You shitting me?
I'm not shitting you.
Somebody just donated $100.
I told, yeah, someone, okay, 1950, go John.
Okie 1950. Bless your $100, buddy. Are you sure you? Maybe you meant to type in 10. Go back and check that,
maybe
buddy.
One and just 2 zeros.
Maybe a 1 and 2. Yeah.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Well, man, I'm telling you that just it swells my heart up. I find it difficult to express how I feel when people do stuff like that. Because
it's gas money to go to these other big events.
Well, that's they got one in Uvalde.
Yeah, that we're supposed
I
to
know
go
it. Lupe Valdez is supposed to be there. There's supposed to be a lot of people up in Uvalde next weekend. We want to go, but if y'all look at the map, baby, Texas is a big state. Here to San Antonio, it's about 2.5 hours away from here.
Back reconnecting. Hang on, I'm reading the thing from down here.
I might have lost connection there.
Chat, let us know if we're back.
Is anybody there that can say that we're still there? This is a long time. I'm surprised we haven't lost it already.
YouTube, I guess, is a better streaming method than Facebook. I don't know. What do you think?
Well,
Should we do this more often?
Yeah, I like it. I like it. If y'all can put up with my rattling on here. But like I say, this is a choice I started the day that man. Well, it started.
All right, we're back.
We're back.
Yeah,
we're back. Hey, I'm glad y'all are back. Where the hell did y'all go? I was right here, man. Waiting right here, and all of a sudden, boom, all y'all left. We're starting to lose our internet out here. The weather is still bad, so I guess I better wrap it up before I just lose it all together.
When should we come back?
When should we come back?
Let's see. What's today? Tuesday? Or no?
Today is Sunday.
Oh,
Sunday.
Well, goes to show where I've been. God
Yeah,
damn.
where's your head been? I do a rant Monday. I will, as usual, be on. I'll turn on my Discord app, and those that are so inclined to listen in while I rant my head off about the day's news are welcome to join in on that Discord channel. And as usual, I post my stuff up on Facebook, on YouTube. It goes up on Twitter. Share it if you can. Share it if you like it. I try to keep my cussing down so y'all can share it. It slips out every once in a while, and I apologize. I don't think I out myself. Are you shitting me? I don't consider that a cuss word, but some people do, and I can't keep that from coming out of my mouth. I'm just sorry.
Ask yourself that. Would they allow you to put that in a political ad on TV?
Well, are you shitting me? They ought to.
Well, they should, but what I'm saying is...
Yes, my son is always trying to remind me to...
I'm just saying, well,
hey, I'm an old sailor, baby!
that is true.
And that's right, baby. Go Navy. I was in the Navy, and then I did another 16 years working for the Army, and always kindly, slightly uncomfortable feeling anytime the Army-Navy game was playing, which I hardly ever missed the Army-Navy game every college. When I was sitting at my Army desk and I plant my Navy flag for the game, and so that's a game that's big in me. I love it.
Don't forget,
anyway,
we're all on the same.
We're all on the same team, baby. We have a lot of Blue Dot veterans. I am always happy when I see that, because as I remind the people that tell me, hey, oh, don't talk about my president. Oh, baby, I'm sorry. I gave 23 years to this country. I punched my ticket to be able to say any damn thing I wish to, and I exercise that right on a daily basis. And it's just unfortunate that we've come to a situation here in our country that I'm forced to point that out to some people, and I do, baby, and because this is not normal, and we can't let this continue, and. As I wave my pom-poms every day, as Tim does, and Kenny, and Leo, and Richard, and Gina, and other people, Joe, have opened their mouth and raised their voice, that makes me feel good, baby. Because whether you do it with the camera on or not, raise your voice, even if you're talking to yourself, baby, because it just fires up that flame in our hearts. Does that sound corny? It sounds corny. Fire that up. And I often get a little pissed off because the right, for some reason, thinks they have a monopoly on patriotism, baby. You know, wave the flag, all that good stuff. We support the troops. Baby, I'm a Republican, and that's what I... No. I look this way. The hat is nothing new. I've been wearing a hat on my head for ever since, I guess, since I was about 24 years old, 23, 24 years old. I've worn a hat. I don't have that much hair. It's not because I'm embarrassed and you're going to see it. Somebody asked me why one time, and the only answer I could give them was when I was growing up watching Roy Rogers or other Western cowboy shows. It was always the cowboy that was the good guy that rode in and saved the day on his horse. And I told you it sounded corny. I found most of the guys that wear a hat are pretty... Well, not all of them anyway, because there's a lot of redneck idiots out there that wear them. I don't know. To me, it's just who I am. It ain't an act. It ain't nothing. These flags, all this stuff, all this junk in my shop. This ain't nothing. This is me. I'm nobody. I live at the end of a street and surrounded by neighbors who don't believe in the same way I do. But no matter where you are, and don't be afraid to hide your beliefs, baby. Because if you're on this side, we're going to come out smelling like a rose, baby. And those people are going to look back at history and their kids are going to say, well, what side were you on, Daddy? And I want my gene line to reflect that I stood up for my country when I recognized that there was a traitor in our house. And we have to get him out. So, before we lose signal, and before my wife decides to leave me out on the porch all night, I'm going to say goodnight. And I want to thank everybody that showed up. We're going to do this again.
Let's, really quick, just so we're ending it, let's thank a few people because the list ain't overly long.
I can't see who names.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm going to...
Speak up.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm going to speak up, and you can just be, like, repeating them, or repeating what I say and saying thank you to all these wonderful people.
Wonderful people.
Okay, Okie, 1950.
Okie, 1950.
Who donated $100 going, go John, you have blue dots in Indian country. Thank you very much.
Thank you, baby. We're just one family. We're just divided up in different locations, that's all. Jimmy up in Brooklyn, baby, I'll stand next to you any day of the week. And, because I know down in his heart, because he wrote to me like that, I know Jimmy would stand next to me. And that's what it takes for all of us. Okay, go ahead.
So we got Diane, who donated $25.
Diane.
Thank you, John, and hello, Blue Dots.
Thank you, Diane. I appreciate that very much, darling.
Through this evening, we also had Rock the Boat subscribe.
Rock the boat, baby. Rock the boat. Don't rock the boat, baby.
Serena of Blue Dot in Ohio donated $10.
Thank you very much.
Judy bought a t-shirt
tonight. Judy bought a t-shirt. Thank you, darling. Wear it proudly. Wear it proud. Which one did you get? Oh, that one?
Yeah, no, the exclusive one for the stream.
For the stream.
Yeah.
Yep, that's me, baby. I was leaning. That old tree is fell down in the back of my yard down there. It's huge, and I can't get it out. So.
Fred B subscribed tonight, along with Robert McHugh.
I appreciate it very much. Y'all subscribe.
Your friend from New Jersey bought a t-shirt. Keep up the good work, sir.
Thank you.
Jackie Duffy, Miam Ricks. I'm sorry if I'm butchering anybody's names.
I do that all the time, people.
Jeannie Ling, Jackson 2244, Kobe Mob, Sick J2, Zolzo Spear 9, Sonia Guzman, Jennifer Young, Movie Geek 29, Purdy White 05, Books SNQ.
Welcome to the family.
Yep. And let's see, Jeremy Gardner just subscribed just now.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate that.
Let's see. Anything that pops up in the next few seconds, they got a last chance. Until then, we'll start naming all the rest. I think I got everybody. And if I missed anybody on this list, I apologize. We obviously thank you all for joining us tonight on our very first YouTube stream. I say we come back Tuesday.
Tuesday?
For sure
Okay.
Tuesday.
Okay.
I mean, we can do this whenever we want, but I would say for sure
All right.
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Because that Monday we do the rant.
Okay, Monday I'll do my rant. I'll come back live on YouTube on Tuesday at
I don't know.
we always have trouble with when because
we'll
at
figure it
when
out.
depends on a lot of things. Whether I got to go get hay, whether I have to go to Corpus, what I'm doing in my day. Just like every one of y'all have something to do in your days, but it would be in the afternoon.
Afternoon or evening. depending.
Afternoon, evening.
Evening it gets cooler out here because there's no
Yeah.
AC and shit.
Yeah, there's no AC out here, and whew, it's a lot better though in the evening than it is during the day. I come out here to do my rant in the day, and whew, come on, winter, baby. Of course, our winters down here, 60 degrees. That's, whew, I do my best to stay warm.
Yeah. Anyway, I would say we can at least guarantee an hour warning this time. We kind of did this in a hurry, so.
Yeah, this tonight was put together rather quickly.
We had 300 people watching at one point.
Well, I appreciate that. A lot of people tuning in, and it'll go. Keep on going online. People will see it later. So whenever you see it, whether you saw it live or whether you see it later, we appreciate the ear.
Yep.
And on that note, hey, like, share, and subscribe. John Britivo of Blue Dot in Texas on YouTube. John Britivo on Facebook. A Blue Dot in Texas on Facebook. Go by our family page, John Britivo Speaks, a Blue Dot family. Give them a like over there and show up over there and be involved. We appreciate that. On Twitter, at Blue Dot in Texas. Out my truck window and anywhere else we can get this message going. And y'all take care.
One more quick thing.
One more quick
I
thing.
forgot to thank our first moderator on the chat, Jen Morgan. Thank you for your help.
Jen Morgan,
She
thank
says
you
she'll
very
be
much
here with
for
her
keeping
hammer.
the trolls out of here.
She said she'll be here again with her hammer. So.
That's outstanding, baby. Bring your hammer and whack them in the head when they pop up. I used to engage with them a lot, but you can just get tangled up with so much bull crap. It's not worth the effort anymore.
It pisses
They
them
watch
off more
Fox
when you
News and they
ignore 'em.
quote Fox News. And there's only so much of that bullshit I can put up with. Turn the channel, please.
Yeah.
That's the biggest step that you can take for your country if you're on that side is turn the channel off of Fox News. I say it repeatedly. It is the most anti-American piece of shit you can put on your TV. They disguise themselves as what they're not. They're entertainment corporation. They're not a news. Go look it up. They're not a news organization. They get around saying all that shit that they do over there because it's an entertainment show. Anyway, we've said all that. Like, share, and subscribe. So y'all take care. Bless your hearts for those that donated, bought shirts, those that just subscribed, and for anybody else that gave me a few minutes of your time to listen to an old man let you know how he feels. And baby, I'll do it again tomorrow. We'll do it every day until we get this stinking, disgusting man out of our house. We clean our Congress and our Senate up, and we start restoring sanity to this country. So on that note, y'all have a good night. I don't know how this all ends, but
It ends with a single click of the mouse.
ends with a single click of the mouse. I'm glad we had the internet all this time. Tune in Tuesday, I guess, and we'll talk again. If not, turn into my Monday rant. I'll have something to say about what happened in the news. So y'all take it easy, and we'll see you later. Is that it? I don't know.